I was so chill last night, saying with my Egon last night. I had to watch it again this morning. Thank you very much. Yes, we're back on again, and we're just expecting more people to start turning around and making it down there to Glasgow. One thing a lot of people need to understand is they might say, is this demanding the self-determination, the agitation, the campaign, whatever you want to call it. We have different people call it different names. But one thing is, the message is trickling down across the globe. The message is being heard from different parts of the world. And whether they like it or not, the Biafrans are not going to back down. The Middle Belt are not going to back down. The Yorubas are not going to back down. And we will continue to pass the message to all the international community, and especially most of their citizens, that the reason why we want to opt out of this contraction called Nigeria is for so many reasons. But first and foremost, let's say happy birthday to Oloye, like Mayogun was calling him yesterday. I mean, I did ask him the reason why he preferred to call him Oloye, and he was able to tell us why he did so. It's quite windy, but I'm just going to quickly take my jacket off, but I'm going to put it back on because Glasgow is quite a little bit more windier than the other side of the globe. So, but one thing is, like we always say, we love Chief Sunday Adeyemo Igboho, and we want the world to know that he will always be our hero. There's no doubt about that. Don't worry about my Gorimapa head. I know some of you want to see the Gorimapa head. So this morning, we say happy birthday, to our hero. He's our hero, and we stand with him. And whether they like it or not, tell them that he remains the hero of so many people around the world. It's not even those that are just the Yorubas, even the Biafrans, even some of those Hausa also believe in him. And you might be thinking, wow, is that true? But one thing is, freedom is not something that, everybody will have the stamina. He stood his ground. He was very, very articulated on what he wants. He says, you cannot continue, to kill my people while I'm just going to be looking at it, as if nothing is happening. We have so many Yorubas around the world. They will prefer to keep their own little family. They want family one. They want to make sure that nobody touch their own family. They want to keep their own empire. But Chief Sunday Adeyemo Igboho, popularly known as Igboho Sha, I also call him Imole Yogo Yoruba, decided to say it point blank, without mixing the word. He wants Yoruba nation. And like I was saying on my political diary last night, some people were like pointing finger. He should have not touched Yoruba nation. He should have just focused on the security. But one thing you might not understand is asking for security is the same thing as asking for Yoruba nation. But because a lot of our people believe that the moment Chief Sunday Igboho dive away from Fulani, and the terrorists marauding around the Yoruba land, he has offended the federal government. But what a lot of you do not understand is, from the moment he said Fulani is not welcome on our ground, and he was very, very specific about it, the Fulani that were killing us, the Fulani that were making life miserable for us, that was his offense. And that was the reason why they went very hard to attack and wanted to kill him on the 1st of July. But we can only give thanks that today, 10th of October 2021, right from Glasgow at about 12:15 p.m. And behind me there is the Glasgow Queen Station. If you're still coming down, make your way down here. You will meet us here. Mayego himself should be here anytime soon. But one thing is, we are not going to back down. Chief Sunday Igboho is just one. There are millions of Igboho out there. We are only trying to hold them back so that we can go the peaceful way. And when I say the peaceful way, because that's what a lot of you want to hear. Let me see if I can get a better Okay, I think it's much clearer this way because of the sun rail. So a lot of you, always think that tell me about it, but let's say even if we want it a peaceful way, there are millions of Yorubas and millions of Biafrans that are not going to back down on what we are doing. So if you think that because 2023 is coming, we are going to back down, we are going to slow down, we are not going to do as it's meant to do, let me say this, make I tell you now very well, make you hear me very, very well. People, they upset. People, they upset from the southeast. They angry. They, not because Nnamdi Kanu is not just the only person, the reason why people are upset. People are upset because if you look at it now, right? If you look at this is Glasgow this morning, right? And as you can see, this is a Sunday morning. Probably some of them are not interested to go to the church. They are not interested to go to the mosque. They are not interested to go to the traditional ways that we believe in as Yoruba people. But they want a better life. They want a life where they can guarantee a future for themselves and their family. They want a guarantee from their government. What am I looking for? They want, the Scottish Parliament to make laws that will make them feel comfortable as Scottish, and those that are living among them also want to enjoy that same law. And those are the hypocrite Buharideen, like Bible used to call them, Buharideen, and all these stupid idiots that came here and live here, and they are telling you at home, to remain patient. That is not the way out. When those that are living here, right? Yeah, this is George Square, where we are, hoping to have about maybe 100. Even if na me and my go alone, I don't tell Una say me, I go reach here. I don't tell Una say me, I go come support my ego, because this journey is not about one person. It's bigger than myself. But one thing is, we from the Koikimedia, we will make sure that the world hear us from every part and anywhere. You might think that they are not watching. You might think that this government around the world are not following what is happening. They already have people that are monitoring and telling us what is going on and all that. But they are waiting for the reaction. They are waiting for when things is going to explode. And then they will start saying, but we hear Koiki talking about it. We hear Mayegun talking about it. And we hear every other person. But one thing is, like I said before, Sherry, and feel pé Koiki nìkan ló ń bínú, Igboho nìkan ló ń bínú, àwọn tó ń bínú pọ̀. But we are just being, as you ṣe tọmọlúàbí yẹn, ẹ understand saying. And for how long, Lama le ṣe tọmọlúàbí yẹn, for how long? Now one, they are holding Chief Sunday Igboho that should be celebrating his birthday with us today in Benin Republic, while the criminals in Nigeria are moving around in convoy, in security convoy, protection from the government. This is somebody that has not committed any offense, but Benin Republic have decided to hold him because the government is still insisting that they want him back in Nigeria. And we are saying to Benin Republic, he hasn't committed any offense. His offense is because he has been telling the Nigerian government that genocide is happening in Nigeria, while the international community are looking away. Children are being murdered. People are being killed. Yesterday, more people are being killed by the terrorists in Nigeria, and that is this offense because he's speaking out, just like I am doing now. This is the reason why Lady K has been kept. A woman has been kept for almost 3 months in the underground cell of a federal government that is a terrorist. And the vice president is coming here to UK to speak to students about energy and climate change. Is that not mad that the vice president is a senior advocate of Nigeria that should know better? And when you look at all these people that you're looking at, right? People fought for them to enjoy all these opportunity. So what we're gonna do, like I said, I'm still getting that fresh air, but I won't be able to have it like this for a very long time. Because again, it's not very good when you get this kind of weather to kick in, and then my day stage you come. I'm sure you know what I mean. We might look fresh to you, especially those of you watching us in Nigeria, but I can bet my life that we prefer to be in Yoruba land than to be here. It doesn't matter. You apply for visa to come to Glasgow, but after 1 year, you will start asking yourself, "Kini Glasgow goni? Kini wani?" Because they have nothing than what we have. And this is why we must appreciate, we must continue to demand a total release. If Chief Sunday Igboho, according to Benin, has committed any offense, take him to the court. Let us go and defend him there. Because at the end of the day, you can't keep him there. And like I said, hey, I can't be patient. They might say, Koikimedia, you know, I know some of you say that. You say that a lot. I already see one of our uncle here, you know, is here with me. Everybody came out. I say, God, I'm I stand with Igboho level, sorry. Why do you stand with Igboho?
Ìdí tí mo fi dúró ti Igboho kò ní wípé èèyàn bí olùgbàlà ni kẹ́mọ̀ reverend ni.
Okay.
But tí wọ́n bá gbé gbogbo wòlíì o àti àwọn olórí ìjọ tí wọ́n wá gbé Igboho kalẹ̀ máa choose Igboho.
Tó bá gbé àwọn wòlíì kalẹ̀ àtàwọn olórí oríṣiríṣi àti president
pátápátá.
President Malanso, President Muhammadu Buhari Malanso, àti Tinubu wọn ló fẹ́ jẹ president.
Gbogbo wọn àti jẹ́ ambassador àti wọ́n bá gbé wọn kalẹ̀ máa mú Igboho.
Ẹ kọ́kọ́ mú Igboho kẹ́ tó mú Buhari kẹ́ tó mú Ọ̀ṣínbàjò. Ọmọ Yorùbá ní Ọ̀ṣínbàjò bàbá.
Kò kàn mí bóyá
pásítọ̀ máa ní.
Rárá kò kì í ṣe èèyàn la fi ń ṣe.
Ó yẹ ṣàlàyé fún wa.
Kì í ṣe torí pé èèyàn kàwé. Kì í ṣe torí pé èèyàn jẹ́ olórí àbí nǹkan kan. Ṣùgbọ́n ẹni tá à ń sọ yìí ẹni tó fi ara ẹ̀ lélẹ̀ Jésù nìkan ló ṣerú ẹ̀.
Kábíyèsí.
Tó fi ara ẹ̀ tó fi ẹ̀mí ẹ̀ ó fi ẹbí ẹ̀ ó fi gbogbo ìní ẹ̀.
Ẹ̀bí ó ń wá nǹkan níbẹ̀ ni bàbá.
Rárá.
Ìyẹn lẹ ṣe défilẹ̀ ó ń wá nǹkan àwọn ará lẹ́nu ó ń wá nǹkan níbẹ̀ ni.
Ẹ dúró tó bá jẹ́ pé ó ń wá nǹkan ni. Tó bá jẹ́ pé ó ń wá nǹkan níbẹ̀ kì í ṣọ̀dọ̀ wa ló máa wá. Àwọn ọ̀dọ́ politician ibẹ̀ yẹn gan ni nǹkan wà àwọn ìjẹ́ mudumudun.
Nǹkan wà lọ́dọ̀ àwọn politician.
Ibẹ̀ yẹn gan ló wà kí ló fẹ́ wá kí n fẹ́ fún.
Àwọn diaspora máa dáwó fún un.
Owó mélòó.
Bàbá ìbẹ́ẹ̀ náà ti pẹ́ lórí owó wà lọ́wọ́ yìí. Owó ti di 775 láàárọ̀ ìbàbá.
Èlò náà la ní.
Ṣé pé kò ṣe pé Chief Sunday Igboho ń wá nǹkan kan níbẹ̀?
Tó bá jẹ́ pé ó ń wá nǹkan kan ní ọ̀dọ̀ àwọn politician wọ́n á ń gbé fún lódìdí ní kò ní ṣe gbogbo wàhálà tó ń ṣe nǹkan tó rówó.
Kò ní ṣe gbogbo wàhálà.
Rárá gbogbo yẹn kò ní nídìí ṣe a máa lọ nú igbó lọ máa bá kí ló fẹ́ fi ṣe.
Ibi Fúlàní kọ́kọ́ pa wá díẹ̀ náà ló kàn wò pé àbí.
Ẹ̀rọ yẹn ò bá nìkan.
Kò fẹ́ kọ́ pa wá.
Kàn pa wá yẹn ò bá nìkan tó bá yẹ kówó ló ń wá.
Nígbà tí mo dé Nàìjíríà ní January tí a lọ sí Ìgàngán tí mo rí àwọn èrò tó ṣùbọ̀ mo ní kó má jẹ́ pé bàbá fẹ́ gbà nǹkan lọ́wọ́ àwọn ọmọ yẹn ni o lọ́ fi ń tẹ̀lé. Ẹ mọ̀ pé wọ́n ló lágbára.
Àwọn aláìní ló.
Bàbá wọn náà ní agbára bí wọ́n fẹ́ gbà nǹkan lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀.
Àwọn aláìní gan ló ń tẹ̀lé.
Ẹ̀yin náà fẹ́ gbà nǹkan lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ ni.
Àwọn aláìní ló ń tẹ̀lé.
Àwọn aláìní.
Àwọn tí ò rí jẹ tí ò rí
bí àwọn ẹ bá àwọn kámẹ́rà bí àwọn wo ni ò ní.
Àwọn tí ò rí jẹ tí ò rí mu ló ń tẹ̀lé Sunday Igboho kì í ṣe àwọn olówó bẹ́ẹ̀ ni. Tó bá jẹ́ pé àwọn olówó ló ń tẹ̀lé ìsìn á sọ pé ó ní nǹkan tó ń wá kí ló fẹ́ gbà lọ́wọ́ àwọn tó ń tẹ̀lé àwọn tó ń gbélé ẹ̀ tó ń fún lóúnjẹ kí ló fẹ́ gbà lọ́wọ́ wọn.
Ojoojúmọ́ ló ń dáná nínú ilé yẹn.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni.
Oṣù 6 ni mo lò. Wọ́n ń dáná lọ́sàn-án lálẹ́ láàárọ̀ ìyẹn ọ̀tọ̀. Ojoojúmọ́ làlejò ń wọlé. Bó ṣe ń wọlé ló ń jáde lọ. Bàbá kí ni Ìgbòho gan kí ló ṣe fẹ́yìn gan kí ni àbọ̀ fún yín nìkan ni.
Rárá kò fún mi nìkan.
Bàbá òtútù máa mú ó yẹ kẹ́ wà ń lè.
Rárá kò fún mi nìkan.
Kí lẹ wá ṣe níbí gan.
Nǹkan tèmi wá ṣe ni wípé nígbà tí mo wà ní teacher training ní mo jáde ní ọdún 1980.
Okay.
Nígbà tó wá di 81 Ọlọ́run wá fi ìran hàn mí. Nínú ìran yẹn mo wá rí pé ogun ṣẹlẹ̀ lórílẹ̀‐èdè gbogbo Nàìjíríà.
Ní 1981.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni
bàbá
Nàìjíríà wá dàrú.
Ọjọ́ ṣe ti pẹ́.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni so nígbà tó wá dàrú mo wá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní ṣe program káàkiri gbogbo church. Mo wá pè ní Nigeria for Christ. Àwọn tó bá ń rí ojú mi báyìí wọ́n á mẹ́ni tó ń sọ̀rọ̀. Mo ń lọ káàkiri ní tí mo máa ń sunkún pé ogun ń bọ̀ lórílẹ̀‐èdè Nàìjíríà.
Ní 1981.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni nígbà tí mo wá lọ títí kò sẹ́ni tó gbọ́ Ọlọ́run bá ṣẹ̀ wá tún fi ràn hàn mí pé kì í ṣe pé ológun máa wá ó ní ṣùgbọ́n Nàìjíríà máa pín ní 1981. Àwọn tó bá ń wojú mi máa mọ̀ mo lọ káàkiri tí mo sọ fún àwọn èèyàn pé mo ní pé Nàìjíríà máa pín. Ọlọ́run wá sọ fún mi pé ó máa fi àmì hàn mí. Mo wá ní kí ni àmì yẹn. Ọlọ́run wá sọ fún mi pé láti bẹ̀rẹ̀ yẹn pé ìgbà kan ń bọ̀ ní orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà ìgbà tí mo ń sọ 15 kobo là ń ra búrẹ́dì.
bàbá wọn ní búrẹ́dì tẹ̀ tí wọ́n mò ń gbọ́ yín lọ.
Ọlọ́run wá sọ fún mi pé ìgbà kan ń bọ̀ tí búrẹ́dì máa di 100 naira 200 naira. Nígbà tí mo dẹ̀ ń sọ yìí mo ń ṣe teacher nígbà tí mo jáde teacher training mo dẹ̀ ń gba 1,500 per annum. Ọlọ́run wá sọ pé búrẹ́dì máa di 100 naira. Ó wá sọ pé ó ní àwọn ọmọ yunifásitì wọ́n máa wáṣẹ́ fún fẹ́ wa mọ́tò pé wọ́n ní rí. Mo wá bẹ̀ sí ń lọ káàkiri mo ń sọ fún àwọn ìyàwó yẹn wọ́n sọ pé kí ni mo ń sọ yìí.
àwọn kan máa ti ṣetán láti bí ọdún 5 nísìnyí wọ́n sì ń wáṣẹ́.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni
àwọn kan ṣetán láti bí ọdún 10 wọn náà ń wáṣẹ́. mo tẹ̀ wo fídíò kan gẹ́gẹ́ yẹn ní I finished in 2011 and I'm seeing the same professor that taught me looking for same job like me. So ìran tẹ̀yìn rí ní 1981.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni mo wá ń lọ káàkiri tí n bá ń sọ fún àwọn èèyàn ní kí n bẹ́ẹ̀ mi sọ̀rọ̀ nǹkan tó mú mi travel tí mo sọ pé màá kọ́ ọmọ mi kúrò Nàìjíríà. Ọlọ́run wá sọ mi pé àmì kejì tó máa fún mi ni pé kí n máa wò pé Nàìjíríà ó máa burú sí mi.
Nígbà yẹn
bẹ́ẹ̀ ni
pé Nàìjíríà máa burú sí
ó máa
ni
burú sí
àṣé kò tẹ̀ tí burú nígbà yẹn bàbá.
ìgbà yẹn ìgbádùn ni so ìgbà tí mo sọ yẹn kò sẹ́ni tó fẹ́ lísìn sí mi àní mò ń lọ káàkiri.
àwọn èèyàn ṣe fàájì.
àwọn èèyàn kò sẹ́ni lísìn wọn àwọn òfin kí ni mo sọ yìí.
you must be mad.
àwọn ẹ̀gbọ́n kí ni mo sọ yìí pé irú ilé òde
ṣẹlẹ̀. pé Nàìjíríà táwọn ń gbádùn.
bẹ́ẹ̀ ni.
àṣé ìjọba tá a ṣe máa tẹ̀tú àwọn èèyàn rò bàbá bóyá torí ẹ like APC ni ẹ like APC ni wọ́n nítorí pé PDP ò fún yín ní kankan.
rárá o èmi ò.
PDP ò tí wà nígbà yẹn o APC ò tí wà nígbà tẹ̀yìn sọ yìí ẹ bá mi ṣàlàyé fáwọn tó ń gbọ́ wa.
so nígbà tí kinní tó wá rí bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn tó máa bẹ̀ sí sọ káàkiri ò sẹ́ni tó gbọ́ mi ìgbà ẹni wá sọ pé òkè máa ká ọmọ pé mi ò tí ì bímọ gbà mí jẹ́ tí sọ yà wò mo ní ṣùgbọ́n mi ò ní fẹ́ kí ọmọ mi tí n bá tẹ̀ bí wọn kó ń dàgbà sórílẹ̀-èdè pé nǹkan tó ń bọ̀ ó máa lẹ̀. So mo sọ fáwọn èèyàn tó àtìmọ́ ti ń bẹ̀ mí kí n wá ra ilẹ̀ sí Àbújá mo ní láéláé mo ní Àbújá is a time bomb.
ẹ bá mi délé mú atẹ́gùn yẹn ti ń fẹ́ àgbọ̀dà ó ti sọ fún mi pé Koiki ìwọ náà wọ kíní padà torí pé kíyàn máa lọ fàyà gbé nǹkan èmi bàbá lè fàyà gbé torí bàbá náà wọ́n rí ní 1981 èmi ò tẹ̀ rí ní 1981 mo ń gbádùn yín lọ bàbá mo gbọ́rọ̀ yín lọ.
so ìdí nìyẹn tí mo fi wá sọ pé mo gbọ́dọ̀ kúrò ní ìlú yìí nǹkan tó mo fi struggle gangan tí mo fi travel kúrò Nàìjíríà yẹn kó mọ̀ pé nǹkan kan wá ní kí wá ra lẹ̀ sí Àbújá mo ní mi ò rà wọ́n ti fi lẹ́bẹ̀ẹ́ mi olóyún sí Àbújá mo ní láéláé mo ní àgbà tó Ògùn state wa tó Ọ̀yọ́ state wa mo ní gbogbo nǹkan tẹ̀yìn ṣe rí ó máa so ìyẹn ni nígbà tí olóyè jáde ó yé mi nígbà tí gbogbo kìíní ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ ó yé mi èmi ti rí ṣáájú kì í ṣe pé mo jẹ rí so táwọn èèyàn bá sọ pé àṣà máa gbà wọn kàn máa wò wọn pé ṣá máa gbà kí ni pé Ọlọ́run ló mú Buhari wá síbẹ̀ èmi ò hate Buhari o mo fẹ́ràn ẹ̀ púpọ̀ torí nǹkan tí Ọlọ́run fẹ́ kó máa ṣe
ló ń bá wa ṣe lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́.
èmi dẹ̀ ń gbàdúrà pé kó má kúrò ń bẹ̀ kó parí iṣẹ́ tí Ọlọ́run gbélé lọ́wọ́.
so ká máa dúpẹ́ fọ́lọ́run nítorí pé nígbà tó náà fi ríran yẹn wọ̀nyí.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
kò mà tí sí àmà tí lè rí yín báyìí kò sí social media.
rárá kò sí social media.
nísìnyí wọ́n ń gbọ́ yín bàbá.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni
wọ́n ń gbọ́ yín ní Malaysia.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni
wọ́n ń gbọ́ yín ní Japan.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
nígbà yẹn ẹ kàn ń káàkiri ẹ máa ń fẹsẹ̀ rìn. ẹ ń bẹ àwọn èèyàn pé ìtẹ̀rí yìí ẹ bá mi ṣàlàyé kí lè rí gan nígbà yẹn bàbá.
àní mo rí i wípé Olúwa sọ fún mi pé ìlú yẹn máa pín so nǹkan tó ìgbà tọ́lọ̀ ń bá fẹ́ ṣe nǹkan nínú rírí a ti kọ́kọ́ ṣe nínú àìrí nǹkan ìgbà míì wọ́n lè ti ṣe ní 20-30 years tó a ti parí iṣẹ́ bẹ̀tì ìgbà tọ́lọ̀ máa ṣe yẹn ìgbà yẹn lèmi ò mọ̀ so nígbà tí mo rí fáwọn ọmọ Yorùbá ń parí òkè ta ló kó gbogbo wa ìjọ táwọn èèyàn wá láti màlẹ ṣe bí ọ̀la ń sọ pé wọ́n wò wá káàkiri ta ló kó gbogbo wa ìjọ ṣé ilẹ̀ kó wa jọ
èmi kọ́
ṣé kí ni brọ́dà wa tó wà ń bẹ́ẹ̀ jẹ́ Máyégún ṣé òun ló kó wa jọ kọ́
so
nǹkan àkókò ló tó kò dẹ̀ sí ẹnìkẹ́ni mò ń sọ níbí.
à ń kí màmá wa kan náà tí wọ́n ti débí àwọn náà wà pẹ̀lú wa lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ a kí wọn níbi tí gbogbo wa ti ń fi sọ pé nílùú Glasgow mò ń gbádùn ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn lọ bàbá because 1981 èmi á máa wò pé nígbà yẹn mọ kékeré là wá but àwọn tó jẹ́ bíi àwọn àǹtí wa àwọn ẹ̀gbọ́n wa wọ́n kàn ń ṣayé wọn Nigerian Airways ń ṣiṣẹ́ nígbà yẹn.
Nigeria Airways lèmi wọ̀ wá sí London.
nígbà yẹn.
wọ Nigeria Airways ẹ bá wọ Nigeria Airways báyìí ẹ máa gbádùn ní iyán. bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ẹni oúnjẹ tẹ bá ẹ fẹ́ jàmàlà.
àṣé àìtẹ́ tí ì rí nǹkan kan àìtí ì rí nǹkan kan nígbà yẹn.
ní tíátì tí mo lọ mi ò sanwó mi ò ràwé mi ò ra oúnjẹ aṣọ nìkan lára ó tán gbogbo nǹkan tó kù ọ̀fẹ́ ni.
ìyẹn ò mà rí bẹ́ẹ̀ báyìí bàbá.
wọ́n tún ń gbà àwọn tó ń gbálẹ̀ fún wa. Wọ́n tún
kò
gbà
rí
àwọn tó
báyìí
ń
kò rí
fọṣọ
bẹ́ẹ̀
fún
mọ́
wa.
bàbá kò rí bẹ́ẹ̀
Èmi
mọ́.
lẹ́yìn sọ fún ni gbogbo ẹ̀ àti Ọlọ́run ló sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ ó ní gbogbo ẹ̀ má máa burú sí i.
exchange rate máa ń lọ sókè kò wálẹ̀
Kò yẹ.
Buhari náà máa gbé wálẹ̀
Kò yẹ.
ó náà máa sọ ní palẹ̀ tó palẹ̀.
Nítorí ẹ̀ kò sí ẹnikẹ́ni tó máa wá sí ìjọba tó fẹ́ change ẹ̀. Tẹ́nìkan bá sọ pé wọ́n parọ́ ni.
ṣé pé àwọn tó ń sọ pé restructure yẹn kò lè ṣiṣẹ́
Àní wọ́n parọ́ ní ọ̀rọ̀ restructure kọ́ ìlú ìmáà.
bàbá ọ̀nà máa restructure.
Èmi sọ fún yín pé nǹkan tọ́lọ́run bẹ́ẹ̀ mi sọ. Èmi ò sọ mi ṣe politicians o. Mi ṣe politicians máa sọ fáwọn èèyàn. Ọlọ́run máa ń bẹ́ẹ̀ mi sọ̀rọ̀. Nígbà yẹn Ọlọ́run sọ fún mi pé kí n gbàwé ọdún kan, mo sì gbàwé ọdún kan.
Kábíyèsí Ọlọ́run.
Mo sì gbà kan 2020. Èmi gan tẹ́ mọ̀ pé gbà yẹn ní gbogbo
so
kíni máa ṣẹlẹ̀.
ó wá rú jáde díẹ̀
Ó rú.
àwọn èèyàn wá pé ta ni Ìgbòho ó ń wá favourite níjọ́ àṣé.
Ọlọ́run ló gbé Ìgbòho jáde. Mo sọ
Kábíyèsí
lé
Ọlọ́run.
Ọlọ́run fúnra rẹ̀. Òun ló yàn ẹni tọ́lọ́run bá sì yàn kò sí ẹ̀dá kan nítorí ẹ̀ nígbà tí wọ́n sọ fún wọn pé pa mo ní wọ́n lè pa àmọ́ sọ fún àwọn èèyàn mo ní kò ṣeé pa nítorí Ọlọ́run ló yàn.
fún wákàtí
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni,
àkókò
bẹ́ẹ̀ ni
gbogbo nǹkan dẹ̀ lọ ní ọ̀nà àkókò ló ní wákàtí.
gbogbo ẹ̀ ló
ká dúpẹ́ fọ́lọ́run.
nítorí ẹ̀ ni àwọn tó ń rò pé àwọn ló yẹ kó yàn
wọ́n ń bínú.
wọ́n ń bínú kí Ọlọ́run
àwa tí wàá ń gbòòrò ti pẹ́ ta ni Ìgbòho.
Exactly.
ta ni ó bí Ìgbòho náà.
tọ́lọ́run bá dẹ̀ fẹ́
àwa
ṣe
tí wàá ń gbòòrò ti pẹ́.
nígbà tí Ọlọ́run fẹ́ yan Mósè jẹ̀bá kìlò lónìí Ọlọ́run ò kì í yan ẹni tó bá mọ̀ ọ́n ṣe ẹni tí àwọn èèyàn bá rí pé eléyìí ló dáa jù Ọlọ́run kì í yàn tẹ́ bá lọ wo inú Bíbélì gbogbo àwọn tọ́lọ̀ bá yàn àwọn tọ́lọ̀ máa yàn àwọn míì lè labùkù kan wọ́n lè sọ pé kinní kan ló jẹ́ àkókàwé bẹ́ẹ̀ ni.
bàbá ìtí mo fẹ́ kẹ́ bá wa yànnànú ẹ̀ díẹ̀ ni pé a lot of people tó wá ń sọ pé àsìkò Yorùbá ló kàn ó àsìkò Yorùbá ló kàn ó can that change anything? No, Instagram ṣe gan màmá mi thank you very much. àwọn kan wá ní àsìkò Yorùbá ló kàn ó ẹ jẹ́ kí Yorùbá ẹ jẹ́ kọ́ ọmọ wa ṣe ẹ bá ń sọ fún wọn.
nǹkan tó wà nílẹ̀ yìí kì í sọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá kì í sọ̀rọ̀ Haúsá kì í sọ̀rọ̀ Ìgbò rárá àkókò yẹn ti kọjá àkókò yẹn wọ́n ti miss opportunity yẹn ti kọjá àkókò tá a wà ní ìsìn ni pé Ọlọ́run sọ fún wa wípé gbogbo èèyàn máa lọ lọ́tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ pàápín ni kò sí nǹkan míì kò sí
no remedy.
kò sí remedy
a lè fix ẹ.
àwọn àlè fix ẹ ìdí ẹ̀ ni wípé torí pọ́lọ́run ti sọ yẹn àwọn gan ò ní gbà títorí ẹ rí i pé wọ́n máa ṣiṣẹ́ sí i torí ẹ̀ mo sọ fún àwọn èèyàn mo nìkan ṣì ń bọ̀
àìtí rí nǹkan kan.
láàárín rí nǹkan kan mo sọ fún yín Ọlọ́run sọ fún mi pé ọba mi á gbàgbé adìẹ níbi tá a ṣe ń lọ pé gọ́vnà gan á gbàgbé ẹsẹ̀ bàtà kan níbi tó bá ti ń sá.
Máyégún làwa mọ̀ o ká mọ̀ tó jó lódodo Máyégún general nàyìn ibi o lórí Facebook o Máyégún general the only general here in Glasgow. àṣì bá bàbá sọ̀rọ̀ lọ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ mò ń gbádùn yín bàbá mi. Now let us come back to the conversation again. A lot of our people are saying for the benefit of our people that might not understand the ingbati wey we don dey talk.
Okay.
Wetin you see for 1981?
Well, what I saw in 1981 was that I wasn't sleeping. It was a vision. God showed me a vision. There was a big confusion in Nigeria.
Okay.
And the soldiers were everywhere, ammo camp, and were shooting, were killing, everywhere. So I thought that there was a war. So when I decided to be praying for Nigeria, and I started the prayer, Nigeria for Christ. So, and I was carrying the prayer all over. Because at that time, there are eight teacher training in Lagos State.
Okay.
So, and I was the president of the Lagos State Teachers College and Student Association. So, we'll be carrying the program to churches, and I will be carrying the program to each of the teacher training. Because I've gone out, but I was still the president of the association. So, but it was during when I was praying again, God told me, no, that's not what he's telling me.
That's not the message.
That's not the message.
He's trying to communicate with you.
Yeah, he's trying to communicate. He's telling me that Nigeria is going to split.
In 1981.
In 1981. And I told so many people. Even here, anytime we are talking, when people are talking about Nigeria, I say, no, there's nothing like Nigeria. I tell me, no, it's not possible. I say, God told me. that Nigeria is going to split. And then God now gave me 2 signs
Hmm.
that will let me know that Nigeria is going to split. And number 1 was that a time is coming in that same Nigeria, because then ordinary bread with 15 kobo.
In 1981.
In 1981, you buy with 15 kobo, you buy bread. But God now said to me that a loaf of bread is going to cost as much as 100 to 200 naira by the time is coming.
Hmm.
So when I was going around preaching and talking to people, nobody believed me. I said, that's not possible. I said, God said it. The time is coming, and that graduate will be begging to be a driver.
And I'm sure, as at 1981,
Yeah.
there was no. When is this kind of sign going to give you an hint? I'm sure you probably would have seen a sign of maybe it was 1993 when everything was almost. Were you thinking as at that time that maybe then?
I was not really,
My going to Sunday sermon.
Yeah.
Exactly. So we are here. If you are watching the video, we are currently at George Square in Glasgow, okay? And you are welcome to join us. It's not all about the numbers, it's about the interest. So sure, not everybody will be here. But if you have a chance and you live around, just drive by and stop by, register your own, your own position too.
Yeah.
We are getting ready now. We expect to start from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. So we have 2 hours. Come around, share your own, your own view about this. Register your own displeasure. It's called rally, supportive, solidarity. I'll be back.
Because one thing I've learned about that when God speaks, if He's God, He'll bring it to pass. So I don't need to worry about it.
So when the message of Yoruba, what a law, Yoruba is going, and you started, I don't know when you started getting the traction of that, movement, campaign, whatever you want to call it. People call it different things. Some say don't call it agitation. We are just going movement. What was that feelings like that? And because it's 1981 to now, it's quite a long time ago.
Yeah, you are right. You are right.
Yeah.
So the first time I had.
Okay.
So the first one I had was that I saw your program.
Okay.
And Chief
Sunday
Igboho, when he went to Igongon. So when those things began to happen.
Okay, I think people are saying the sun is. Let's come this way.
All right.
So I think
Okay.
because people are saying this. Yeah, it's better that way. Yeah.
So then I knew. I knew something was about to happen. So then when I now saw the attraction coming from all over the world, then I knew the time was coming.
When the traction.
Yeah.
But people maybe were being angry that Buhari is not giving them the same opportunity and all that.
No, this time around, it's not about Buhari. That's why I told you that for me, I pray for Buhari every day. Yeah. That my prayer for him is that he will do what God wants him to do.
To complete that mission.
To complete that mission. So some people, Buhari is wicked. No, it's not wicked. It's not wicked. It's just fulfilling the mandate that God has chosen him to come. It's not a mistake. Some people thought it was a mistake. I have saw even some pastors. So the problem I'm having now is how many pastors are so blind.
Hey, I was trying not to dive in there.
No.
But now that
I would dive into because I'm a reverend. They could see me.
Let's hear it.
So I used to be a minister in the Redeemed Christian Church of God. Yeah, even Pastor Adebo, if he sees me now, he knows. So I'm not somebody who's not known. So
why are they not diving into it?
Yeah, there are various reasons why some ministers of God may not dive into it. One, protecting their
ministry. Okay.
Then 2, some of them could have been so attached. Because these people, they will get too attached. When I was in those states, in Akure, they did.
People are thanking you, Baba.
Yeah.
They say thank you very much, Baba. Because not all the time. Even when we were talking, you didn't give me all this gist.
Yes,
maybe you were waiting.
I know.
So,
I know.
Baba today, but he was not even giving me all the hints.
Yeah.
But now, let's carry on.
Yes. So, because they've been attached, when I was in those states, they tried everything to bring me into politics. But I avoided it because I don't want them to soil my reputation. They will soil your reputation, and when they soil your reputation,
That's it.
you will not be able to speak.
Talk.
Yeah. You will not
When they finish that reputation,
Yes.
you'll be done.
You'll be done. So today I can say categorically that in the whole of Ondo State, if anybody says I've messed up, I've done anything, let them speak to me. They can hear me wherever they are. Because then I know who is who. I know the governor. There was a time I went to a governor's office and I went to tell him what God said to me. I thought it was a joke. Today the governor has gone and his family is forever forgotten. So and that's what God said to me, even what is happening now. That everyone who participated in bloodshed in this Nigeria, their generation will pay for it. Everybody, every pastor, every governor, every president, every minister who participates in this bloodshed of innocent in this nation.
Because the bloodshed is too much.
It's too much. That their generation will pay for it. That's what God said to me. Their generation. Some of them, their children will pay for it and they wouldn't know what happened. So they are going to pay for it. Nobody is going to go scot-free. Nobody. I'm saying it here, nobody. Because what God does is that when God uses somebody for anything evil, He destroys that person. Go and see through the Bible. He will use you to fulfill His mandate. By the end of the day, the person will be destroyed.
Somebody say confirm, you are correct.
Yeah.
The question is, let's look at the camera and those Yorubas that are still having that doubt mind. Those Yorubas that are like, come on, bye-bye, ti pẹ́ sí London, man, ó ti pẹ́ sí Glasgow, ẹ jẹ́ fi bàbá sílẹ̀, man. Koiki bàbá tó ń bá sọ̀rọ̀. Let's get the message to them, sir.
What I'm going to say to every Yoruba or Igbo,
Yes.
or Middle Belt, or even the Hausans, and my message to them is that it's not a matter of that. I always tell people, I'm a real Yoruba man.
Proud one.
Proud one. I used to tell my children, you can be British. I'm not British. I'm a Yoruba.
Confirm ọmọ Yorùbá.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Ẹ bá mi sọ lédè tiwa kọ́tẹ̀ kọ́kọ́ gbọ́n yẹn dáadáa. Ẹ̀rọ ìpínlẹ̀ pass by ní.
Exactly. Ọmọ Yorùbá àtàtà ni mí tàbí ní Ondo State àkókò ni mo ti wá.
Mo débẹ̀, mo dárí gidi.
So mi kì í ṣe half mi dẹ̀ ṣe kí ní agboolé mi wà níbẹ̀ wọ́n mọ̀ mí dáadáa. Gbọ́n tó ń wò mí báyìí wọ́n mẹ́ni tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ pé Stephen ni. So mi ò ṣe pé kò sí pé bóyá torí pé mo gbé ní ìlú òyìnbó mo fi ń sọ báyìí. Tó ń bá tí n bá ní àǹfààní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ni mo fẹ́ gbé. Ibẹ̀ yẹn ni Ọlọ́run wà. Ìlú tí Ọlọ́run dá ni, ìlú tó dára ni. Tí gbogbo wa bá dìde tá a bá pawọ́ pọ̀ láti gbé ìlú yẹn, kò sí ìlú tó máa dàbí ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ní gbogbo àgbáyé. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni.
Nǹkan bẹ lábẹ́lẹ̀.
Àwọn Ísírẹ́lì là máa jọ fi ara gbága. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni. Because Amẹ́ríkà gan rọ́pò Amẹ́ríkà tó wà Amẹ́ríkà.
Dárí gidi àṣìwá ń sọ pé àìtí ìjẹun ebi ń pa wá.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni. Ká jẹ́ pé oúnjẹ ló ṣe máa jẹ wọ́n lọ́wọ́ tó yẹ pé a ní ilẹ̀ tó dára.
Ilẹ̀ ọlọ́ràá.
Nígbà tèmi ń dàgbà káàkiri gbogbo nǹkan tá à ń jẹ àwa là ń gbin gbogbo nǹkan tá à ń jẹ àkùrà ẹnìsìn nígbà tí mo dàgbà. Mi ò jẹ màálù rí. Kí ló ń jẹ màálù? Ẹran ọ̀gbẹ́, adìẹ, ẹran gbogbo àwọn kan wọ̀nyí là ń sìn. Gbogbo nǹkan tí mo ọdẹ ni bàbá mi ọdẹ gidi. Jẹ́ pé tó bá gbé aṣọ ẹ̀kọ́ kò sí bàbá ńlá ẹni tó lè lọ fọwọ́ kàn.
Kàbèsè.
So ọdẹ ni wọ́n, ẹran la máa ń jẹ, ẹran ọ̀gbẹ́. Tó ká wá jẹ ẹni tó jẹ́ pé ẹnìkan ṣẹ̀ wá ń fi màálù wa máa bọ́ wa láti ibì kan tó tàbá tí ìjà màálù.
Tó bá tẹ̀ fi ń bọ́ wa, ó tún fi ń pa wá.
Ó
tún fi ń ṣe jàǹbá fún wa.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Gbogbo oko ló máa jẹ.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Wá tún pẹni tó bá wà lórí oko.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Tó bá tún sọ̀rọ̀ wá nù ẹ́ pa.
So kò ní wọ́n ṣẹ̀ máa bẹ̀ wá wípé ká gba orílẹ̀-èdè tiwa, wọn kò yẹ kó máa bẹ̀ wá. Gbogbo wa nílẹ̀ Yorùbá yẹ ká dìde pátápátá, àtọmọdé àtàgbà àtobìnrin àtọkùnrin àti kìrìsìtẹ́nì àti mùsùlùmí àti oníṣẹ̀ṣe gbogbo wa pátápátá ká parapọ̀. Torí nílẹ̀ Yorùbá kò sí pé kíni níbi ìgbà tí mo wọ̀ pé òun gbé bàbá mi oníṣẹ̀ṣe ni wọ́n. Màmá mi rí Christian tó gbóná iná. Tí wọ́n bá lọ ṣe ní Ògún, màmá mi ló máa ṣe gbogbo kíní yẹn kò lẹ́ nífẹ̀ẹ́ náà. But wọ́n á ṣe everything. Kò sì lẹ̀ síjà, àbáradà rí.
And they were living peaceful.
Wọ́n lè live peacefully. Kò síjà, kò sí kankan, kò sí pé kíní kan. Kò sí anybody tó rí pé kíní kan. Yẹ pé torí pé kíní kan ẹnìkan ṣe nǹkan tí kò sí. Kan tí wọ́n fẹ́ ṣe ló ṣe nìkan tí gbàgbọ́dá fẹ́ ṣe ni. Kì í jà ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá pé lórí ẹ̀sìn àbí lórí kíní kan kò sí kan tó jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀.
kò sí controversy lórí ẹ̀.
kò sí controversy lórí ẹ̀, so gbogbo wa ká papọ̀ kájọ já ìjà yìí ká gbà lẹ́ẹ̀kan yìí, àkókò ọlọ́run la wà yìí, àkókò tí ọlọ́run fún wa la wà yìí.
so n tẹ́ fi ń yé mi láàárọ̀ ẹ̀ nísìn bàbá òun ni pé ká má fìsẹ́yìn,
bẹ́ẹ̀ni
ká má fi rẹ̀wẹ̀sì sí,
bẹ́ẹ̀ni
ká má jẹ́ kó sú wa,
bẹ́ẹ̀ni
ká má sọ pé àwọn mẹ́rin làwọn nígbà èmi má ti wá láti ìlú London ṣé gbogbo àtàwọn wà nígbà, ká má jẹ́ kí yẹ kó.
rárá níbi gbogbo ibi tó bá ti ń jàjàǹgbara tó ti ń gbà kì í ṣe àwọn èrò ló máa ń gbà. nígbà tí ọlọ́run fẹ́ gba àwọn ọmọ Ísírẹ́lì àṣẹ bí Mósè.
èèyàn kan ní this is one of the best sermon tóun máa kọ́kọ́ gbọ́ àfọ̀yín tí máa yẹ kó máa ṣe lọ́jọ́ Sunday but ilé exclusive ni à ń gbọ́ life and direct à ń gbọ́ yín lọ́wọ́.
so nígbà tó fẹ́ Mósè àti ẹ̀gbọ́n ẹ̀ Áárónì then àǹtí ẹ̀ Miriam bóyá àtàwọn ìyàwó àtọmọ wọn ó tó nípa àwọn tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ ní ló wá rán Mósè, àwọn yìí náà ló tẹ̀lé lọ tó rán lọ pé kó lọ gbà ọmọ Ísírẹ́lì, kì í ṣèrò.
àwọn tó wá ní Ìgbòho òòṣà ló ń ṣe bí àmàtàbàgbà Yorùbá nation òòṣà là á máa ṣe, ẹ bá ń ṣàlàyé.
ní gbogbo orílẹ̀-èdè tó wà lágbàáyé ibù ní ibi ní ìlú òyìnbó táwọn wọ́n sọ òrìṣà ń gbé níbi tí mo ti ń.
ẹni tí mo ní bàbá ẹ má kì í ṣubú.
tí a mọ̀ pé 5 náà ti wá 5 council mi mo bá wọn ṣiṣẹ́ fún 15 years. arábìnrin kan wà lọ́dọ̀ wa.
wọ́n ti máa san pension fún yín bàbá, wọ́n san pension nílé mọ́.
bẹ́ẹ̀ ni àmọ́ gba pension.
àmọ́ tó wà lọ́wọ́ rí pension bàbá à ń padà bọ̀ lórí yẹn ìṣẹ̀ṣe yẹn là ń sọ lórí ẹ̀.
ẹni yẹn páàmù ló máa ń rí ìdí. òyìnbó ní ọmọ Scottish.
nílùú ọba.
bẹ́ẹ̀ ni wọ́n máa sọ́tẹ̀lé àwọn níbi iṣẹ́ wa. bẹ́ẹ̀ ni
ọmọ Scottish.
bẹ́ẹ̀ ni
babaláwo máa ṣe yẹn wọ́n máa níyà wàhálà máa ti dé.
Freemason ṣe báyìí ti gbọ́ Freemason.
ẹ mú gbọ́.
wọ́n ṣó ẹ̀ lórí tẹlifíṣàn bí wọ́n ṣe ń join ní.
so kò ń ṣe ìjà olórí ìṣàlá ń jà.
ẹ gba gbogbo yẹn àkíńjà ẹ má jẹ́ ká mú nǹkan lọ síbẹ̀ nǹkan tá à ń jàjà fún wípé kó lè dáa fún wa àtàwọn ọmọ. mo sọ fún àwọn mo ní ìdí kan ló ṣe pàtàkì ká fẹ́ gba òmìnira kò ní pé ká bọ́ nínú oko ẹrú títí láé.
ẹ bá ní oko ẹrú kò yé mi, ẹ bá mi ṣàlàyé kí ló ń pè ní oko ẹrú.
oko ẹrú ni wípé kí o wà níbi tí o ti ń sìn rú níbi tó yẹ kó jẹ́ ẹ̀tọ́ ẹ tó wọ́n jẹ́ kó o wá ń ṣe bí ẹrú lábẹ́ ẹni tó yẹ kí ìwọ máa darí. tókè fún àpẹẹrẹ báyìí ẹ jẹ́ kí n fún alápẹẹrẹ nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ní pé ní orí ilẹ̀ wa tá a wà yẹn àwa ọmọ Yorùbá àwa la ní ilẹ̀ yẹn
bẹ́ẹ̀ni
àwa lọ́lọ́run dábẹ̀ fún àwa lọ́lọ́run fún gbogbo nǹkan tó wà ń bẹ̀ pátápátá. so nígbà tó lọ́run dẹ̀ fún wa ó fún wa ní ọgbọ́n ó fún wa ní òye
tó pọ̀,
ó fún wa ní ìmọ̀
tó pọ̀,
ó fún wa ní àwọn òyìn oríṣiríṣi tí irú èèyàn wo lẹ̀ ń wá àwọn ìgbà ẹ̀ ní ẹ̀wọ́ èèyàn pupa a ní èèyàn dúdú a ní èyí tó kú a ní èyí tó ga a ní gbogbo ẹ̀ la ní kò sí nǹkan tá a ní Ọlọ́run dẹ̀ fún wa ó dẹ̀ ti gbé wa lọ káàkiri. mo sọ fún àwọn èèyàn pé Ọlọ́run ní ìdí tó fi fún gbogbo wa lọ sí gbogbo àgbáyé ká lè lọ kẹ́kọ̀ọ́ gẹ́gẹ́ bí àwọn ọmọ Ísírẹ́lì nígbà tó Ọlọ́run fẹ́ mú àwọn ọmọ Ísírẹ́lì náà padà sórí ilẹ̀ wọn gbogbo àgbáyé náà ló ti mú wọn wá. so irú ẹ̀ náà ni tiwa tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ so kírú gbogbo àyẹ̀ká wá ní gbogbo ọgbọ́n tó tó bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn kí àwọn èèyàn wọ́n máa wá jìyà ẹ kò sóko ẹrú tó tó.
ìyà yẹn pọ̀ bàbá.
ó pọ̀ ó ti pọ̀ jù.
ìyà yẹn ò ń ṣe kékeré ẹnu gbẹ oúnjẹ lọ sókè kódà orí ilẹ̀ yẹn gangan Fúlàní wọn ń ṣe wọ́n ní jàǹbá.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni
wọ́n ń ṣe jàǹbá fún wọn.
kéèyàn wá kúrò lórí ilẹ̀ tiẹ̀ kó wọ́n wá sórí ilẹ̀ tiyín.
ìyẹn tẹ kọ́kọ́ wà disrespectful.
kó wá sọ fún mi pé ẹ lè dáko kẹ́tù wá dáko tó ń kó wá kú ẹran ẹ̀ kó pé máa jókòó yín.
wọ́n níbi táwọn wọ́n Nàìjíríà náà.
tẹ bá tẹ̀ tún sọ pé àjọ ẹ kúrò níbẹ̀ ẹ kàn tún bẹ́ẹ̀ ní o àtúnṣe ayín làdá.
wọ́n gé bàbá kan lọ́wọ́.
àmọ́ rí bàbá yẹn bẹ́ẹ̀ ni mo rí
lórí ilẹ̀.
bẹ́ẹ̀ ni lórí ilẹ̀.
lórí oko ẹ̀.
àjọ tòde wọn kò sí nǹkan tó ń ṣe sí àwọn ọba gan ní pé kó gbàgbé wọ́n lè gan wẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni
ọba ní kó gbàgbé ẹ̀.
wọ́n ní kó gbàgbé ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni
lórí ilẹ̀ wa
kó fara bẹ́ẹ̀ ni.
mo tẹ̀lé bàbá wa ṣífù lọ sí agbègbè kan nígbà tá a bá débẹ̀ labára wọn tí wọ́n ń wa kùsà wọ́n ní kùsà ló ń wà níbẹ̀ yẹn lórí ilẹ̀ wa adẹ̀ ní baálẹ̀ níbẹ̀ aláwọn ọmọ ìlú tó wà níbẹ̀ tẹ́ pé wọ́n tẹ̀ tó bẹ̀ láti débẹ̀.
ṣẹlẹ̀ ẹ̀dá kòkó rí.
mo débẹ̀ rí arigidi.
ẹ̀rọ àwọn òkúta yẹn.
mo rí bàbá.
ṣe mọ̀ pé owó nìyẹn. àwọn China ń fọ òkúta wá wọ́n kó lọ.
wọ́n tẹ̀ ní Ìjẹ̀bú tèmi ti wá lógún wọ́n ní dáná ọkọ̀ ń ju sí gbogbo wọ́n ṣe ń jù bá àmọ́ tó ń jù tó ń kọ́ṣà ń kọ́ nǹkan kan lọ sáré gbogbo gbà ní.
bẹ́ẹ̀ kò sí gbogbo bí wọn pé kò kan lọ bá dẹ̀ don slow state ṣé igi lẹ fẹ́ san fọ́ọ̀rọ̀ igi gbọ̀ngbọ̀ngbọ̀n.
nígbà tẹ́ ń sọ̀rọ̀ igi gbogbo classroom mà kò ní àga láti fi jókòó.
tí n bá sọ fún yín pé ẹni tán bá ti fi ṣe commissioner fún forest kí ni ẹ rò pé àwọn Fúlàní ò mọ nǹkan tán fi lọ́n dúró nínú igbó wa ni.
wọ́n takú síbẹ̀ wọ̀ jáde.
bẹ́ẹ̀ ni àwọn rí nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ ni.
àwa tajọ́ mọ̀ olúmọ àná olùgbò mọ́.
àwa sọ pé reserve.
ọ̀kadà là ń wà káàkiri.
torí ẹ̀ náà fi pè ní reserve area pé mọ̀ pé tí gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì nìkan ló tán bá ní ìdí gbogbo àwọn kìíní wọn yẹn. so àwọn lè lọ bẹ̀ kán kàn máa gá àwọn igi wa kán lè máa lọ kó ta kán máa ta kán ṣáà yìí. bẹ́ẹ̀ rò pé wọ́n kàn lọ jókòó sínú igbó lásán. owó ni gbogbo nǹkan gbogbo ọ̀nà ni owó ti wà ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá yanrìn wa owó ni igbó wa owó ni.
ẹ jẹ́ àpadà díẹ̀ sọ́dọ̀ àwọn rèdíjọ́ kìíní wa yẹn. ẹ bá mi fún wọn mẹ́sẹ̀gì pé intern five ẹ bá wa dá sí ẹ sọ sí ẹ má wò wá níran nítorí pé ẹ bá wò wá níran kó má bàa di àbí ẹ bá mi ṣàlàyé fún bàbá.
mo fẹ́ bẹ àwọn pastors wa àwọn general overseer wa àwọn tó bá ń wò mí àwọn tó máa mọ̀ mí nínú wọn máa pọ̀ ẹ̀bẹ̀ tí màá bẹ̀ wọ́n ni pé nǹkan tó wà nílẹ̀ yìí tọ́n bá dá sí wọ́n á kábàámọ̀ torí especially àwọn tó bá jẹ́ pé Yorùbá ni wọ́n tàbí tó ń jẹ́ Ìgbò ni wọ́n kọ́ máa fi kíní ilé eléyìí sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀sìn o kan tó wà nílẹ̀ kì í ṣe ẹ̀sìn kì í dẹ̀ ṣe politics.
ẹ máa sọ̀rọ̀ mọ́ bọ́ọ̀.
kì í ṣe ẹ̀sìn kì í dẹ̀ ṣe politics eléyìí ni wípé a fẹ́ gba ara wa kúrò nínú oko ẹrú ayérayé a fẹ́ fún àwọn ọmọ wa ní àǹfààní gẹ́gẹ́ bí àǹfààní ṣe wà gẹ́gẹ́ bí nílùú òyìnbó tá a wà yìí táwọn èèyàn láǹfààní tó ń lè jẹ tó ń lè mu tó ń lè ṣe ohun gbogbo nígbà tó ń fẹ́ irú ẹ̀ náà la fẹ́ fún orílẹ̀-èdè wa pé ìyà tá a ti jẹ yẹn ó ti pọ̀ jù kò sọ́nà kò sóúnjẹ kò sómi kò síná kò sí gbogbo ẹ̀ ṣé tí gbogbo ẹ̀yin dẹ̀ ta dẹ̀ sọ pé agbọ́n èmi ò rírú ọgbọ́n tó wà bẹ́ẹ̀ mi dẹ̀ irú ẹ̀sìn tó gbarú ẹ̀ láyè wípé kán máa kó àwọn èèyàn wá sí oko ẹrú tó ìyẹn ni èmi fi ń bẹ̀bẹ̀ lé ní fún gbogbo àwọn àlùfáà wa àwọn pásítọ̀ wa àwọn tó jẹ́ kírísítẹ́nì tó ń bá wò kán bá kàn wò pé wọ́n ń gbàdúrà kẹ́mọ̀ àwa kan wà ń bẹ̀ pé wọ́n ní kí ẹ ṣáà máa gbàdúrà àdúrà tá a bá gbà tí ò ní iṣẹ́ nínú àdúrà asán ni so a gbọ́dọ̀ dìde báyìí kí gbogbo wa parapọ̀ ká sọ pé rárá àjìyà mọ́ pé ìjìyà tá a ti jẹ yẹn ó ti tó gẹ́ẹ́ bàbá gbàdúrà dọ̀la tá a bá dìde wàhálà tó ń bọ̀ ó pọ̀ o torí gẹ́gẹ́ mo ṣe sọ fún nǹkan tó Ọlọ́run sọ fún mi.
ẹ bá mi sọ ọdún tí Ọlọ́run fi ìran ẹ wọ̀nyí lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí bàbá.
1981
ẹ ṣe gan.
báyìí ni mo jáde ní teacher training báyìí lọ́lọ́run fi hàn kan pé Nàìjíríà máa pín.
ibo gan la wà bàbá ta ti ń sọ̀rọ̀ yìí fáǹfààní àwọn tó bá ń láǹfààní àti rí àwòrán yìí.
wọ́n pè bí ní George Square ní Glasgow ní United Kingdom.
àdúpẹ́ fọlọ́run 10th of October 2021 is Koikimedia. náà bàbá ẹ ṣe gan ni ẹ máa fi ń sílẹ̀ àtúpadà wá bá yín ẹ rí i pé nǹkan bẹ nǹkan bẹ so èmi á kọ̀ jẹ́ ká wo àwòrán èníjọ́ Sunday once again so as you can see right there is Maigun right there. Live.
We want to go and look for something. Mark Oloye Sunday Igboho's birthday. You know what I mean? Today is 10/10/20. Very significant one. That even though some of these
Benny, my happy birthday.
Expected it to be. However, when they gave us 10/10, it's actually on okay. So it was last month that we celebrated the Mass in birthday. Today is Sunday birthday. So we want to make that significant, okay? So I'm going to be back where you will be able to at least rejoin, you know what I mean? So it's important that we continue to speak up to speak out. It is not because we are victims yet, okay? It's because we can always be victims too. Like they say, yesterday's survivors, they are today's victims. Today's survivors, they will be tomorrow's victims. So it is just turn by turn. You don't want your own story to be an example of what Nigeria has become. And listen, you may feel unconcerned, but let me tell you something. When it comes calling, when the whole thing comes calling, like they say, when they came for the Muslim, you didn't care because you're not a Muslim. When they came for the Christians, you are not one, so you didn't care. When they came for the Jews, since you are not Jew, you didn't care. When they came for the Shiites, because you are not Shiites, you didn't care. When they went for the revolution now, the Omoyele Sowore and Co., you were not one of them, you didn't care. When they went for the Biafrans, the IPOB, it's none of your business because you are not IPOB. They came for Oloye Sunday Igboho. You probably unbothered, unmoved, because, well, you are not one of his supporters. But before they came for all these people, did you know that they have been coming for the people of the Middle Belt, killing them day and night, counting bodies and using them as statistics? Now, this is what we call the turn by turn. When they were killing in Borno, we said, if those who were sponsoring them are not tamed, you will all end up as far away as you are from Borno. Yes, you all have to run for safety. You may think Borno was far. Is Borno still far? What is happening in Borno? Has that not happened in Igogon? How many kilometers is Igogon to Borno, Damaturu, Damask, or whatever other places they have there? But guess what? As some of you were unbothered today, they continue to go for every person, every ethnic group, every organization, just everyone that ever asked them that why can't we just do a kind of a renegotiation, something that has to do with our differences. Why can't we talk about it? Why should anybody be killed for wanting to talk about something that is not working for them in large numbers? Unfortunately, politicians agree that Nigeria is not working. They all agree. But what they didn't agree to is that the problem they are complaining about or presenting themselves to resolve, they actually created the problems, right? So when they couldn't agree that they created the problem, how can you then believe then that they can solve the problem? You can't solve a problem you cannot acknowledge. Now, being part of the problem will never make you part of the solution. No, they agree. But what they also didn't want to agree to is that, yes, there is a problem. But you know what? We will solve it. Don't worry. You don't have to have a say. Your opinion doesn't really matter. We can take care of it. Remember, we are your leaders. Forgetting that they brought us here, offering to take us out. And every time they promise to take us out, they dig us even deeper and deeper. But when you pay attention, they are never victims. You and I are the victims. And that's why I said, when they started sharing killings, sharing poverty, sharing underdevelopment, sharing this whole depression, sharing this whole exodus happening in Nigeria today, brain drain, the best of Nigeria, ending up all over the world, scurrying about anything they could survive with. But guess what? As they brought us there, they can't take us out. The exodus you are witnessing today was them. And they said, to resolve the problem, you don't have to be involved. Just vote. Vote for us. We will fix it. But they never fix anything. Now that is why because they don't have that capacity of, let me see, the empathy of leadership.
10th of October
to
2021,
listen, ask
live
questions.
in Glasgow.
Know that as humans,
As Maya will continue
you
to
can
speak.
make mistakes. As elders and leaders, you must accept responsibility. Now, as leaders, if you don't take responsibility, then you are not leaders. That means when the leaders shift their responsibilities onto those who elected them and gave them the sovereignty to act on their behalf, when leaders are unable to actually negotiate what works for millions, but only deal with what works for few, what do you get? Brain drain, exodus. And what do you also get? The worst of Nigeria will continue to lead Nigeria. That is why they don't want to have a chat. Yorubas wanted the Yorubas killed for asking for Yoruba nation. Igbos wanted Igbos killed for asking for Biafra. Now, yeah, the Fulani, the Hausas are not yet asking for Arewa, but trust me, if they dare ask for it, they will kill them too. Why? Nigeria is wrongly arranged, a completely disorganized nation. Over 250 nationalities makes up a country called Nigeria. There was never a Nigeria. There are many Nigerias. These divisions, these differences are what the young people in that country came together to ask their leaders to look into differences that has brought about, underdevelopment, corruption, poverty, and now terrorism. Instead of their leaders to take responsibilities, everyone that speaks up is picked up and is condemned. In that same country, where young people came together on a civil peaceful protest, they were shot at. Hundreds of them were killed. Guess what? Even the governor of the state where they were killed admitted and they confessed on the international media platform, CNN, that yes, people were killed, but they were not the same number announced. But 2 days later, they set up a panel to look into that assassin. Guess what? The panel came back. Nobody was killed. Unlike Nigeria, as they deal with it, you might have been hearing unknown gunmen, unknown days. We have heard about unknown soldiers that will kill civilians, and they will never be seen or known, never punished. Therefore, now we now have unknown governments that turn their guns on their own citizens and then deny them in death. Listen, death has become so easy in Nigeria that they just use them as numbers. When 500 people get killed in a week, they will just say 500 people. You will never know their names because the following day, 100 are going to be killed. And those are the few that make it to the news. That same country, the government has one policy, and it is the reward. Carrying AK-47 in Nigeria. Do you know 10 million Nigerians, refugees in their own country, after being chased down by those they call the aliens? I am living in Scotland. Scottish people will never let me carry AK-47 because I want to be a citizen of Scotland, right? No. I'll be in jail as a terrorist. In Nigeria, the government is to reward the terrorists. I'll give you examples. Nowhere for punishing terrorists and what they are victims in and outside Nigeria are languishing and abandoned in different camps, uncared for, even though the international communities donating money to Nigeria in crisis believe that this money should go to those victims. Sadly, this money doesn't end in the hand of the victims. It ended up in the hand of the same people who created the problem. The government, the politicians, the cleric. using religion, using a tribe, and every other thing to keep themselves perpetuated on this whole criminality. However, as it is today, the government of Nigeria has released over 8,000 terrorists. They call them repentant terrorists. That's not all. Government of Nigeria has been spending billions and billions of their naira that they don't even have, which they borrow, to rehabilitate terrorists. How does that even make sense? Now, all these conversations are what they don't want us to talk about. Now, I am not from Borno. My hometown is Ijebu. Ijebu is like thousands of kilometers away from where these aliens are coming from. But you know the condition the government of Nigeria is giving to me? And the people like me, we either give up our land or we give up our lives. Now, this condition is pretty much supported by the local politicians who are now trying to sway people
You don't tell
away
us
from the real
what to tag Yoruba nation
by
if you're not happy
telling
with that.
them
You know, as
not
well just
to
come out for the
ask
broadcast.
for their
There's
own
nothing wrong
self-rule.
with Yoruba and
Now,
Biafra.
talking about
You
self-rule,
talking nonsense there.
when you get pushed, the government says you can't defend yourself, you can't fight back. Those who did, they've been arrested, they have been locked up. Guess what? They are being charged for terrorism, for trying to defend yourselves, for trying to defend
Still
yourself
watching a live
from the
transmission
aliens they
from
told
Glasgow.
you are from Niger,
Happy birthday
from
to
Chad,
Chief Sunday
from all
at
these
the
places.
Igbo. This
So,
is a live broadcast.
Think about that for a second. So I've got a lot to say, and I know a lot of people have a lot to say as well. However, just know that posterity will watch. Posterity will judge us all. If this is a little we can do to tell the world, I have done that right here in the middle of George Square. And then for those who still want to join us, why not? Please do. I'm going to take a little break.
Well, as you can hear there, you've been hearing the general himself that I've been speaking to so many of us. Let us continue to say that, you know, we must not give up. We must not back away. And, you know, it is important that we continue to speak for those that have not been given the same opportunity like us. If they wanted to do the same thing, I'm sure you know by now, this whole place will have been filled up with, you know, the Daura Secret Service. This place would have been filled up with the security. This place would have been filled up with, you know, with so many government officials that wants to kill as many people as possible. But this is what, you know, George Square, where we are this morning, or rather almost this afternoon, you know, delivering our message again to the international community to enable a referendum. Let the Nigerians decide whether they still want to be part of Nigeria that was created in 1914 by Great Britain. And we must do everything possibly best. But for now, we will continue to give you the feed right from here. I would like to appreciate everyone that have joined us so far. I would like to appreciate every single person that is already down here and those of you watching us from different parts of the globe. The question then we should be asking ourselves is, if Nigeria that was created in 1914, how come we now have Great Britain where Scotland is operating different from England? England is operating different from Wales. How come we are not even operating in that power? And that is why a lot of you do not understand. I mean, you know, if you get the, you know, the feel where people that are not, you know, asking those questions, you know, you want us to go into 2023 so that the next Yoruba man will be president. And then what happened to the real indigene of the owner of the land? We don't want to be part of Nigeria, and there's no reason why we should be criticized. We should be, you know, put in the prison where we have, so many, not just Lady K and Oladele, even Showore has been kept in the, in Abuja for a very long time. Even so many individuals in Amdekano as well has been picked up, kidnapped from Kenya. I mean, what is it a crime? Nigerian government is the criminal that does not want our dream to be fulfilled. If you're thinking that we hate, Tinubu, it's not about Tinubu, it's not about APC, it's not about PDP, it's not about Afghan. We want to go back to where it was before Great Britain colonized us in 1914. If you look at the 1999 Constitution, that Constitution itself is a fraud. And there's no doubt about that. It is a big fraud, right? Yes, you might be lucky. Maybe some of your family are living outside the country. They can send you some kind of little bit money back home. But we are talking about the majority of Nigerians, if you want to put it that way, does not have that same opportunity. Majority of Nigerians are already, entrapped. And that is why we are saying enough is enough. Let us continue, to hear, whether they like it, break zoo, whether they like it, Yoruba nation not going back. Yoruba nation not going back. Nigeria shit.
Even if you tell yourself that I'm going to go back to this.
Yeah, Nigeria is operating unitary system of government, which is fraud system. You're quite right. Olatunji Awofeso is a crime scene. Morimbe, akíbùgbẹ̀yìn ti Glasgow ti a bá lálàáfíà láìpẹ́ láì jìnnà gbogbo a lè padà lọ sí orílẹ̀-èdè tiwa nítorí pé à ń contribute sínú system yìí ni, and it doesn't matter how long and how many years we live here. What to deprive of our own what belongs to us. There shall be daddy says Solenkan, Awala ni leyen. But what it was overthrown wa kúrò lórí leyen. And it's just, very, very shameful that we still even have some Yorubas that are living outside, especially here in UK. Can manage it, can manage it. Can manage it, so and you can manage it. Well, like I said, let me just take you. I'm going to show you a little bit around. Benny. Oh, so Benny. So now, I will just square tower. Listen, let me just spin you around a little bit. And like I said, we'd like to appreciate everyone that have made it down here. This is a Sunday, right? We want our people. Yes, if you want to go to your church, your mosque, your traditional places on Sunday, but we want you to have the same opportunity where you know that at least your life is guaranteed. You can have money in your pocket. You can become who you want to be without having to be the stooge of a politician. And if you look at each of these, each one of them must have done something. This is about Prince, for them to be having their status. When the that's still my egun there. We're still live here. If you're in Scotland, Glasgow, come down and join us. And as you can see, yeah, well done. So this is James Watt. He was born in 1736. He died 1819. They were giving us a bit of background of them as well. Iconic people. We will have a square where we can put them there. And then people can come there and protest without being brutalized. Thank you very much, Auntie Jire. I see every one of you. I greet everybody. Koiki, the video quality is very poor. Anything you can do to improve this, there's nothing we can do. Just manage it. It's either you watch it on Instagram, go on Koiki Odudua, or also just let us manage it. You got to remember when we're broadcasting from outside. I've cleaned the lens. Let me try and clean it again. I've already cleaned the lens. We can only manage what we are. You can see my hands. We're also streaming on the Koiki Odudua. I'm on Instagram. I have the Facebook page, Koiki Operating, and also on YouTube. So we can only do what we can do. So, okay, I think this is what James Watt has done. Let's read it there. James Watt was born in 1736. He was a Scottish inventor and a mechanical engineer, unveiled in 1832. His statue was work of Chantrel. So this is the kind of, that's still my gun there. We're still there. We're just taking you around to see each of these individuals. But at the end of the day, we can create the same thing. And then even if we have Yoruba Nation, people are not happy with the system, they'll have the right to protest without being killed. But try and do so now. The moment I was like, protest in Bolojota, Olori Buruku Jide Sanwo-Olu, tí èmi kọ́ mo sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ ẹ̀mọ̀ pàǹbọ̀dé ló sọ fún wa ó ní olórí ẹ̀ ti gbálẹ̀ wọ́n máa lọ kó gbogbo sójà jáde sójà tó lè fi lọ pa terrorist tó ń pa yín, and that is why we are saying enough is enough. So and at the end of the day, we just want a better life for you, our people, but lè rí better life because Nigeria is a crime scene. Once again, we still have Mayegun there. But I just want us to go around slightly so that I just want you to have the feel of, some of these statues. Àwọn tiwa náà, àwa náà ní wọn tó pọ̀, àwọn jagunjagun wa, èèyàn kan máa bá wa ṣe wọ́n ní statues, and we have people that can do so in Yoruba land, and even some Yoruba that are outside. Momo Egbon, that's what he does in UK. And then we can have a square, put them there, people will come down. Yeah, how you doing, man? Are you Scottish? Are you proud to be Scottish?
Of course I'm proud to be Scottish.
The reason why we are here is because in 1914, Britain put us together in a country called Nigeria. I'm sure you heard. What is it? Your culture?
The football.
Okay.
I'm sorry, mate. I'm in a wee bit of a rush.
Okay, then. All right.
I need to get a train.
All right. Okay. And I love the accent as well. All right, take care. Shall we go on Kodusa? We are proud. Bale, you are proud. I'm proud to be Nigeria. Who is Nigeria? Who created Nigeria? They said that is proud. Again, this is to commemorate the military service of the Lieutenant General Sir John Moore KB, a native of Glasgow, is a fellow citizens. Have erected this moment 1819. I mean, just think about, again, we're still going to go back there. That is still Mayegun there. We're going to catch up with them. I just want to show you some of these. And just, we can build a new city, complete brand new city, and have all these things there. And people will come all over the world. They will have to pay a flight ticket, hotel ticket. I stayed here overnight. I have to pay for somewhere. In the last 24 hours, coming down to Glasgow, and we appreciate all our followers. Your support is also why imagine if we don't get those support, we wouldn't even have make it down here even if we wanted to. But because it's not free, even if I'm traveling on a 10 hours coach, I came on a 10 hours coach, I still have to pay for it. it is not cheap. But imagine everyone that comes here and they would have to pay, apart from to just citizens. But a lot of people travel down to Glasgow, to study, for tourism and also. Yesterday we paid £16. Our buses in here, city sightseeing, Glasgow, £16. And these are the kind of things that we want as well. Again, these are Field Marshal Lord Clyde, CCBKSI. He was born in Glasgow on the 20th of October, 1792. On the 20th of October, which is about 10 days from now, was when Lagos State, the Nigerian government, the military killed Nigerians. And you are still proud to call yourself Nigerian. Now they're telling you 2023, Bola Tinubu lè ṣe, Jẹ́ Dibo fún Yoruba. K1 is singing a song. You think it's about singing a song? You think it's about singing the song? Kama binu, àwọn táwọn bá ti ṣe. Is it ṣé yẹn là ń sọ ni? So, and that is why we are saying again, let's move around quickly. You see, people make Glasgow. Did you see the message? People make Glasgow. We're still going to go back there. I'm just taking us around so that when we come here, because I haven't done this Murokumali Wala Noni, but I couldn't do it in the afternoon, and I might as well just do it now while in this broadcast. So, we're still in that protest that is going on today. You see, people make Glasgow. Àwọn èèyàn ló make it. And this is one thing we must understand. Let us make our own nation. Look at this, all these buildings you're looking at, we can replicate it. We can do better. We have the engineer, we have the, everything you can think of. But our people still want to be told, Tinubu, we should give him the opportunity to become the next president of Nigeria. Why must we give him, the next opportunity? Because we are not Nigerians. That's what we need to understand. People make Glasgow. And that is the message that they've got all over the place. People make Glasgow. And the reason why they say people, they haven't said religion make Glasgow. They haven't put it as, they say people. Àwọn èèyàn ló make Glasgow. Right? Àwọn èèyàn ló make Glasgow. And a lot of you that wants to come down here, just think about it. You can even see the building all over there as well. I think I should get a shot of this. I should take a picture of this, so that I can post it later. Please, nobody, we're not taking any calls. Nobody should call us. I'm just going to come out for a few seconds because I'm going to be using the same phone to take the picture. So again, you can just, see there, and then, you start asking yourself, when you see things like that, one thing is you should start asking yourself is, when people are making glass, why then? So let's go back again to those of you that are watching us. Sorry about that. Like I said, we had to just come off on the broadcast. So we're going to go around again. Once again, people come down here for different reasons. Different reasons, Really, o ti ṣiṣẹ́ láàrin ṣe àwa relax ní bíbáyìí ó lè jẹ bí breakfast ló máa wá jẹ ní bíbáyìí ẹ jẹ́ ká ronú now let's think about it again. He was born 1805, he died 1869. Thomas Grant, again, this is what he has done. He's a brilliant experiment chemist. His statue was gifted by James Paraffin. So àwọn náà láwọn tó lè fáwọn àwọn èèyàn wa tó ti kú tó jẹ́ àwọn akọgun wa lọ́bìnrin lọ́kùnrin lọ́mọdé lágbàlagbà tí wọ́n ti tọ́ ti papòdà for a very long time, have their statues, build a new city center, building like this, have a system that is working, right? But at the end of the day, it seems our people are so happy, right? I don't know what building is this, but again, you can tell that is a building that is used for different purposes. They are for wedding and all sorts. Again, right? Greater love hath no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends. Can you see that? Our nisin, Koikimedia intention you are risky. We know that, but àwọn kan ló máa àwọn ní live life wa fún táwa ń ṣe lágbára Ọlọ́run. Àwọn ọ̀tá ló máa lé ẹ̀yin lẹ máa kú, ẹ̀yin ọ̀tá wa lẹ máa kú. Kò ṣe pé, right? You can see it there. And this is why we are saying, let us do the needful. You can see it, right? The total of His Majesty force engaged at home and abroad. Serial number 1 here. Of this number, the city of Glasgow raised over 2 million. Unveiled on today is your birthday, me, 31st of May, but not 1924, by Field Marshal L. Haig. Sorry, 1914. Again, I always look at the year 1940 was when we were put together by this same country. And now, I want in Glasgow, I want in Scotland, I want in England, one in Wales, one in Great Britain. Wọ́n wá fáwọn ní Nàìjíríà, wọ́n fún wa pẹ̀lú àwọn ẹranko, àwọn tó fi wá develop, àwọn tó ń fà wá sẹ́yìn, àwọn tó fi jẹ́ ká ní ayé gbé. And that is why we are saying, if we have had enough of it, let us just break away from that nonsense country called Nigeria. Once again, this is still a live broadcast from Glasgow. And like I say, we're going to go back to where Mayego is. I just wanted us to have a quick view because they have something like this as well in London as Trafalgar Square. And let us, you can see, sightseeing, £16. We were there yesterday. Again, James Oswald, MP, 1855. He was born in 1779, one of the first Glasgow Member of Parliament to reform Parliament in 1831. Right? Àwọn tọ̀dọ̀ ti yín nísìn bí baba shoot any bamro baba shoot at the hospital, nobody is going to treat you because the law is just nonsense. Nothing is working, and people think it's about us not liking PDP, APC, AFGA. No, we are talking about the future, our future that we should be more concerned about. Right? A future that will be better for everybody. You can see, right? So, and enough is enough. Some of them live here. They just come here for Sunday and then that's it. Why some, probably, on holiday. People come for different reasons, And at the end of the day, we're going back towards Mayego now as well there. So let's think about it. Let's see what is here. Wherever man and woman are condemned to live in poverty, you can see it. Wherever men and women are condemned to live in poverty, human rights are violated. To come together to ensure these rights are respected is our solemn duty. Joseph Weriski, Plaza of Human Rights and Liberty, Paris, 17th of October 1987. Gbogbo human rights ti wa lot disrespect. Emu Lady K, etimole, emu Nnamdi Kanu, etimole, emu Sowore, etimole, Oladele, etimole, Dadiyata, Mobitowa. So many people have been put into a big problem. People from all walks of life gathered here in Glasgow, united in their conviction that poverty is not inevitable and in their determination to eradicate it. Let me take a picture of that as well. And this is why we are saying to our people, again, United Nations Day of Eradication of Poverty. Each October 17th since 1992, people from all walks of life have gathered here in George Square, standing in solidarity with our people at home, in the Biafra land, in the Middle Belt, even in Arewa land, but mostly as well in Oduduwa land, with others from around the world that have marked the United Nations Day of Eradication of Poverty with music, drama, honesty, and testimony. In 1999, a stone, which is about a year, this is about almost 22 years ago, because I came here in 98, a stone to commemorate the day was laid by Glasgow Brethren Link, similar to an original in Paris and many others around the world. This stone marks a call to action, celebrating a courage of people living in poverty and marking the commitment. Is that not the same thing that we are fighting for? Is that not the reason why Mayego is there? Is that not the reason why I have traveled down as well? So let's quickly take a picture of these. These are things that I love to keep, and then we can post it later as well. Once again, and I'll just take one next to it as well myself. So again, we'd like to appreciate each and every one of you that is still with us. We're still live on all our platforms, and then we can head back to where we were going to. You can see, right? And when and right there lókè orúkọ ẹni tó wà níbẹ̀ is Sir Walcott 1771 to 1882. So ó kù sí wa lọ́wọ́ o, àwa ti ṣe ìwọ̀nba tí Ọlọ́run ní ká máa ṣe. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ wà nílé náà ẹ jẹ́ kí gbogbo àkáṣe kí ni, let us do the needful. Ẹ má kàn máa níyẹn kí ló ń ṣe kò kàn mí, bó o bá kàn ẹ́ lénìí ó máa kàn ẹni tó o mọ̀. So we are back on again with Mayegun.
Who are asking us to defend ourselves against the terrorists have been counted. They have been counted. And they have been jailed. They have been called terrorists while the terrorists have been freed. Now we are asking the whole world who have the chance to hear us today, share it and tell them that those they are jailing today, those they are jailing for speaking out their mind, who have committed no crime, they without leave. These criminals who are sponsoring and funding terrorists. I am talking about the APC, the people, the Al-Qaeda People's Congress, the Taliban People's Congress of Nigeria. They come to the UK every now and then to meet, call them investors. They call them international communities. Human rights in Nigeria is absolute zero. And these people who are saying Nigeria's unity is not negotiable, let us remind them Nigeria became what it is today through negotiation. And as a country of negotiation, Nigeria will break.
Yes.
Negotiation.
Yes.
As well.
Yes.
And if it doesn't do that in peace, it will be done in pieces.
Yes.
That conversation can prevent crisis.
Yes.
For the government of Nigeria, led by the Fulani tribalistic, nepotistic and murderous regime. Oh, sorry. So this nepotistic government of Nigeria. Sorry, let me fix that. They want us to believe that self-determination agitation is criminal, while those who hold AK-47 to kidnap our people, ask them for ransom, where people are now selling off their properties. Now they have done the worst. Oloye Sunday Igboho, the leader of the what do you call it, of the strong arm of Yoruba nation struggle. The people who believe that the indigenous people of Yoruba land have the right to defend themselves, protect themselves, since it has become a crime to fight or defend yourselves in Nigeria of today. So Oloye Sunday Igboho was hunted down, declared wanted as a criminal, and was apprehended and in Benin Republic. He did the same thing. A referendum for the Igbo people, the Biafrans, to decide and determine if they still want to be part of Nigeria or not, rather than the government of Nigeria to give them that chance of that conversation. They opened fire on them. Hundreds have been killed, hundreds hunted down. But guess what? For those of us who have the chance of speaking out and telling the world of what is going on in Nigeria, it is a privilege. In Nigeria today, if this is ever tried, at least we'll all be dead by now. It won't take time. You'll probably be seeing their soldiers around. They are here, they will be here, not because they want to provide security. They will be here shooting at us, simply because we are holding phones, holding camera, holding a camera, and at the same time holding a megaphone. Now Nigeria has become that terrible, even though if they present to you that there is one Nigeria. I am here to tell you the truth. Nigeria is a country of over 250 nationalities. These were supposed to be countries that comes together to decide on how they are ruled. But one ethnic group in Nigeria is championing the promotion of terrorism, whereby terrorists are being rewarded in Nigeria. And let me tell you what that means. You might be reading news about Boko Haram. You might have been reading news about Fulani terrorists. You might have been hearing about school children being kidnapped en masse. That only happened and possible in Nigeria because the government of Nigeria is involved ask yourself this question. What would make it even possible for terrorists on bike to walk into a school and kidnap over 300
Those
school
of you watching
children
on this, you need
on
to go
foot?
on
I mean,
Koikimedia
they
on
march them
YouTube,
into the
because
forest
I'm going to be going in
for
front, and I need
hours,
to end this one.
days,
Thank you.
undetected. Ask
So
yourself
go
how
and watch it
possible
on
that is.
Koikimedia
Not even the
or
community
YouTube,
where
or
the
you
children
can go on
come from.
Mayegun,
Their
whichever one. I
parents
gotta end this
will be
one.
aware
Thank you.
that their children are being kidnapped. Terrorists will enter a school, empty the entire school, including the staff. The children are being sold off as slaves. They call them sex slaves for jihad. Now, recently, a reporter in Nigeria did a very, very comprehensive research to tell us the origin of the news many of you have read about, Boko Haram, Boko Haram. Guess what? The people behind Boko Haram in Nigeria, they are actually those who are in Nigeria. We have their names. Many of them were indicted by the United Nations counter-terrorism body. But you know what? Nigeria were able to, now here we are. These same terrorists are everywhere, killing innocent people in different communities, ransacking villages, killing security officials. How would you feel if the news today says that 14 Scottish soldiers were killed by some armed group, tattered armed group, somewhere on the valley of Edinburgh? I mean, how would you feel as a Scot reading the news that some miscreants have kidnapped 20 policemen, Scottish, and slaughtered them, in cold blood in the name of jihad? But as bad as this may sound, as terrible as this is what happened in Nigeria. They kill them at will. I mean, like, kill them like nothing. And the government is so terrible that the government hides it away from people. When I say hide it away, government rewards the killers. When I say government reward the killers, they have a policy for it. They call it Operation Safe Corridor. Who gives safe corridor to terrorists? Not even the almighty America would dare give amnesty to terrorists. But in Nigeria, in the last 6 years alone, Nigeria has released over 8,000 murderous terrorists. And not just released them, they said they rehabilitated them, they compensated them. Some of them got jobs in government, while those who work for you are unpaid, pensioners unpaid. Repentant terrorists in Nigeria are buying vehicles given to them by the government. When you talk about those who are their victims, they are languishing right there in different IDP camps. Dilapidated schools, where you have hundreds of women, children. As we speak, 10 million of them have run away from their homes, from those who have killed their family members. But Nigeria won't deal with that. Nigeria said, if you want peace to reign, you must learn to live with your killers. Now they are hunting down those who have managed to stand up for the victims. Forgotten victims. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the IPOB, indigenous people of Biafra, was kidnapped in Kenya. Listen, there is something called extradition. Extradition is when you commit a crime in a place and then you go to another place. If you are declared wanted, the government of the place where you committed the crime, that government will seek the support of the government where you run to. Ask them to hand you over. Extradition requires legal process. What they did to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of IPOB, is called kidnapping, extraordinary rendition. That is the legal name. But in a layman term, it is called international kidnapping. Kenya collaborated with the corrupt murderous government of Nigeria to kidnap Nnamdi Kanu. They were not even so, at least, they are not so respectful of their own law. When they got it, they should have taken him to their courts, tested the extradition law in their own court. They didn't do that. It was a Gestapo. It was a kidnapping. They bundled him where he was meeting somebody. And Abuja, West Africa, Nigeria. And since they kidnapped him, they have ensured that they deny him legal access. He was never allowed to see his legal team independently. Sometimes, who was declared wanted after people were killed in his house, is currently being held in Benin Republic under no clear-cut allegation of crime. But we know Benin Republic share border with Nigeria. For the past 1.5 years, the Nigerian government under Buhari shut down the southern border of Nigeria. The golden goose that lays golden egg, the only region that made Nigeria survive. Buhari's government shut down our border, and then he opened up the northern border. The northern border, where the terrorists are infiltrating from and getting rewarded for the crimes they commit. Government of Nigeria is promising Benin Republic that if they can give them Igboho, sure, they will open the border. They want to make Igboho trade by barter, which we all know is a lie. Igboho needs medical attention. He's committed no crime, and those holding him must be held responsible. And this is my message, everyone. I don't know if you want to add. Patrick.
Yoruba nation, Biafra nation, Yoruba nation, Nigeria is a crime. Nigeria is a crime. Referendum. Buhari government is a terrorist. Buhari government is a terrorist. We are here today, the 10th of October, 2021, to speak directly to the citizens of Glasgow, to bring our plight of the current situation in Nigeria as we speak to you. I'm sure some of you must have come across people called Nigerians, but today Nigerian government have decided to start genocide, not just only in the southeast, but in the entire country. I'm sure some of you are aware of the country called Nigeria in West Africa. We are here today to bring to your attention of the sin. We are here today to tell the international community that Glasgow will be holding a very important event by the end of news is not reporting it. BBC refused to report it. CNN refused to report it. And it goes like this. According to United Nations for Eradication of Poverty, let us bring to your attention that Nigeria, the 10th of October 2021, is the poverty capital of the world. I repeat, Nigeria is the poverty capital of the world. So as I speak to you right now, a child in Nigeria does not have a meal as at now. A child in Nigeria does not have access to education. 13 million children are out of school. You might start asking, but if you have been told about Nigeria from what you know and what you've heard, Nigeria is the 6th largest crude oil producer. October 17, since 1992, people from all walks of life have gathered here in George Square, standing in solidarity with others around the world. They have marked the United Nations International Day for the poverty with music, honesty, and testimony. In 1999, the commemorate the day was laid by this Glasgow, which is what we are watching right in front of us. So my question to those of you that are walking past by is, are you all going to close your eyes when there is poverty in Nigeria, when there is genocide being committed in Nigeria, when there is crime against humanity presently in Nigeria? That is why we are here today, to again speak directly to those Scottish, that we are peace-loving people. We have lived within this community for years. Some of us live here in Scotland, some of us live in England, some of us live in Wales, but we can't go back home because the terrorists have decided to take over every part of Nigeria. And it is not just the terrorists, we have a government known as the Federal Republic of Nigeria, being currently headed by a terrorist man called President Muhammadu Buhari. And we also have his vice president that is currently in London making his way back to Nigeria, named as Vice President Yemi Osibajo. Both of them are colliding with the terrorists operating in Nigeria. And as we speak today, they are labeling individuals as terrorists. As I speak to you right now, we are here to bring to the attention of the international community that the war you are watching in Afghanistan is going to be a child's play to the war that is coming into Nigeria. They are going to be sending RAF, helicopter, and the fighter jet to bring people to come and live here by the time the terrorists start operating. But we are saying now in advance that bloodshed can be stopped, can be put on hold. But if the world that is watching us today, thinking that why are we here disturbing the peace of this George Square, we are bringing the attention that Nigeria, as we know today, 10th of October 2021, it is number 3 when we talk about the Global Terrorism Index. A lot of you must have seen your friends that are Nigerians, but we are telling you that Nigeria was put together in 1914. 1914 was when Britain came to Nigeria during the slave trade and then amalgamate Nigeria into what is called Nigeria today. You are proud to be Scottish. Why should we not be proud to be Biafra? Why should we not be proud to be Middle Belt? Why should we not be proud to be a Yoruba man? You as a Scottish might not want to live in England, not because you hate England, but you are proud to be a Scottish. I do not want to be part of a system that was created in 1914 by Great Britain, that what that did now is amalgamate different ethnic groups to become one country. And the purpose of that, let me say this clearly, I'm sure some of you listening are well educated, some of you listening are not illiterate. You understand when I say to you, you are Scottish, you are not English. English is different from Scottish. Scottish is different from Wales. Wales is different from Ireland. What you are watching right now is different ethnic groups that have been put together in 1914. And it was done forcibly. Nobody signed for that. I never signed for that. My great-grandfather never signed for that. Ask yourself, if you were forced as a Scottish today to be part of England, and you are so told you cannot even leave that union, are you going to be pleased? Are you going to be happy? And that is why we are here. We have lived in this community. I have lived in England. I traveled all the way from London to come down here to support our brethren that are here living with you. They are paying tax. They are peace-loving people. But we can't go back to Nigeria because Nigeria is the president of Nigeria that the Prime Minister Boris Johnson was welcoming some few months ago is a terrorist. And we have to say it loud and clear. You might disagree with us, but I want you to put this today's date, that what you are witnessing in Afghanistan is a child's play. What is coming up in Nigeria is a war that the world will not be able to entail. And when this happens, some of the British living there might have to come back here. Some of the Scottish that are working there might have to return back here. Let us tell you that Nigeria, and when it was put together in 1914, it was just for one purpose, one reason, for the economic gain of Great Britain. And we are saying we don't want to be part of that union. That union is not working. Nigeria is a the president of Nigeria is named. You can Google it. Every one of you have got a phone, but in Nigeria nobody has internet. Majority of the citizens have been locked from not giving the same education that most of you have got here. I can see that you're listening because you can consume it, but type on your mobile phone, just type in President Buhari, and I'm going to spell it so that it's very easy for you. Bravo Uniform Alpha, Bravo Uniform Hotel Alpha Romeo Indigo. I repeat that again. Bravo Uniform Hotel Alpha Romeo Indigo. It is very easy. I want you to put that now on your Google, and when you do that, put in Nigeria next to it and then put in terrorists. You will understand what we are saying. The country as we speak right now, millions of children, I'm not talking about 1 million, I'm not talking about 2 million. Some of you are married, some of you have got nieces, sisters, brothers that have got children. But as I speak to you right now today, Nigeria has 13 million children out of school. I repeat again, look at the statistics. 13 million children are currently out of school. They have not been in school for the last 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. Don't be deceived that when they tell you that the economy of a country called Nigeria, because it's got 200 million population, that was firstly put together in 1914. And we are now demanding that the world must listen to us. The whole world that is going to be approaching Glasgow by end of the month for the COP climate change. I understand some of you might say climate is the problem that you are discussing in Europe, in America. We are not discussing climate. Climate is not our problem. We are talking about people that have been forcefully put together. I am angry. I have lived in this system for 23 years. And there is no way a child in this country will not be allowed to go to any education system. But back in Nigeria, as I speak to you right now, all the money that has been stolen by the corrupt politicians, some of them have got beautiful mountains and beautiful houses here in Glasgow. And if you go and look into the new report of Pandora, the Pandora paper, you will realize that some of our politicians have also been using the wealth that is meant for Nigerians to buy property here in Glasgow. They've used money from the stolen wealth in Nigeria to buy property here in England. But what we are more discussing and concerned about is, it is that the country was forcefully put together in 1914. And I want you to go and check a guy's name, Lord Lugard. Lugard was the administrator governor of Nigeria in 1914 that put this union together, and that union has created havoc. Like I said, I have lived with you in this country for 23 years, but I cannot go back home. Yes, I am welcome here because we were allowed to live here. Every single person, he works with the council in FIFA, he lives there, We have, I'm sure some of you know that we have Nigerians as working in the NHS, you know, but what we are saying is, we are not truly Nigerians. All that is a lie. Britain, Great Britain, which part of you are not to be blamed, but we are talking about those back then have to be blamed for what we are witnessing today. The exodus of Africans leaving Africa is because the system that was put in place is now fighting back. You have been watching Sky News. America ran away from Afghanistan after how many years? I have seen some of the soldiers that live here in Glasgow, 23 years, 24 years. What have they died for? That is the question we need to ask ourselves. But that is going to be a child's play. Nigeria is like a keg of a gunpowder that is about to explode. And when it explodes, look at my face very well. Take a picture of me. When it explodes, you will remember that I came here the 10th of October. We have cried inside, but they are not listening to us. That is why we are here now, so that you can tell your members of parliament that they are playing with fire. They are playing with real fire. And that fire is about to explode. And one thing is, we remain peaceful. But on the other side, in Nigeria, they are not going to remain peaceful forever. I'll give you a British citizen named Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, having the same British passport like any one of you, was kidnapped. Listen to me. The word kidnap is not something that we joke with. He was kidnapped in Kenya. He has a British passport. He's now being taken back to Nigeria forcefully on rendition. If you watching me right now was kidnapped from any part of this world, I am sure that somebody somewhere will fight for it. But nobody's fighting for it now. That is number one. We also now have a man named Chief Sunday Igboho. Look at this picture. And today is his birthday. And he is currently languishing somewhere in the prison in Benin Republic. Do you know his offense? Do you know his crime? For demanding that the terrorist that is killing his people should be stopped, because the government is no longer protecting him. He's not protecting just him alone. He's not protecting the environment. And now the government put a mark on his name, and he was stopped in Benin Republic about 20th of July, which is about 10 days from now. It's going to be 3 months. And is currently being held forcefully in Benin Republic. Why? Because he's demanding for the innocent people. He's comfortable. He has traveled around the world, but he's crying today. I want you to take a picture of that, because I want you to go and research a little bit about all this conversation. You might say it doesn't have anything to do with you, but I am telling you, it's going to have a lot to do with you. You know why? Because I have got children here. They will be more angry with some of you that when we were talking, you refuse to say anything. And the internet doesn't go away. Whatever we are saying here today will be put up together. I've just gone round. I've read everything some of these great individuals have done. But what we are saying today is, we are pleading with you, if it's just to send an email to members of your parliament and start asking the question, what is going on in Nigeria that the world is not telling us? I am telling you, a lot is about to explode. Nigeria is going to explode. Don't be deceived by CNN, Sky News. I am a journalist. And like I said, the world is keeping mute. But the problem, when it starts, you've heard about the Rwanda, the genocide in Rwanda. There's already genocide in Nigeria. And we are pleading with the peace-loving Scottish to say to you, you can do us one favor, just one favor. Start asking your own representative what is going on in Nigeria that you are not telling us. Because when the problem starts, it's going to be a lot.
Like what you have been saying. Thank you so much for stopping by.
And we appreciate
spending with us. It's a minute well spent. Thank you. You see, what we are trying to say here is that the government that is harboring and or protecting terrorists is a dangerous government to the world. What happened in Afghanistan recently with the Taliban didn't just happen overnight. That took almost 20 years to come to that sorry state that it is now. Now you have seen that Afghanistan refugees are now being brought to the UK.
Yes.
Afghanistan population is about 20-30 million people. Nigeria population is over 200 million people. The world will feel it when what they are doing in Nigeria is left unchecked. And this is why we decided to stage a public expression of what is going on. You probably won't read all of this in the news. So like I said earlier, you have heard about Boko Haram. What we are saying now is that Boko Haram is not an accident. Terrorism in Nigeria is not a coincidence. It is all orchestrated, planned, plotted, and to this point, still being funded. So if the world continue to ignore, if the world continue to protect these criminals, if the United Kingdom government continue to pretend when the whole heaven comes falling, UK will not be able to accommodate the smaller countries in. They accuse them of trying to break up Nigeria, just like the Scottish people demanded for a referendum to peacefully leave the United Kingdom. Just similar thing is what the Biafrans are asking for. Is what the Oduduwans, the Yorubas are asking for. But why you were allowed to go on the street and convince your fellow brethren, Scott and non-Scott here in Nigeria, we were faced with bullets. People were being shot and killed, completely medically deformed, and nobody is held responsible. But we want to tell the world that your silence is so loud. But we can say this is due to limited information of what is going on being shared. But now that you know, please use your search engine. Go on Google, search about Nigeria. We know the sponsor of terrorism in Nigeria. Their names are in public now. Learn about them. And when you see anyone in the UK, government official or representative, trying to defend Nigeria or speak for Nigeria, face them with what you have found out. And we hope this effort will also go as far as those who are not here. Discuss this with your friends too. People are dying there. We just want people to be held responsible. Referendum is not war. People have the right to self-determination. Nobody should be killed for asking to have their own country. The most that will happen is you give them a referendum. Indeed, there are people that will say, no, we don't want. Of course, there are also people that will say, yes, we want. How do you differentiate who wants and who don't? You don't kill them. You give them a referendum. Let them try it out. If it happens, that means they want it. Who are you to stop them? If they say no, that means they don't want it. Who are you to force it on them? Just as that, hundreds and thousands have been killed, and we want this bloodshed to stop. We want Oloye Sunday Igboho free unconditionally. We want Mazi Nnamdi Kanu free unconditionally. We want all the politically persecuted people in Nigeria who have been locked up here and there in Nigeria to be free unconditionally. And for those who have been killed, their killers should be held responsible. We know some of their names, and we want their names on record too for the crimes they have committed. Nigeria is a place that doesn't punish crime. Nigeria reward criminals. That is why the worst of Nigeria is leading Nigeria. What people are asking for doesn't warrant any bloodshed. It doesn't warrant any assault. It doesn't warrant any brutality. But Nigeria is a crime scene. The government will rather reward terrorists and punish activists. This is what we want to stop. This is what we want to know. And we will not stop doing this until we see the difference in what is going on in Nigeria. So that all of us will stop being afraid to visit our families. We'll stop being afraid to visit our people. We'll stop being afraid to speaking up about our problems in Nigeria. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming out today. And I want to say, we can all say it together anyway. So, Yoruba Nation.
Now.
Biafra Nation.
Now.
Free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu.
Now.
Free Oloye Sunday Igboho.
Now.
Free Lady K.
Now.
Free all the agitators who have been persecuted in Nigeria.
Now.
And we want Yoruba Nation.
Now.
We want Biafra.
Now.
Referendum.
Now.
Thank you very much. Anyone else want to add something? Are we good? Thank you very much, everyone, for coming. Okay, and that's all for today. For honoring this invitation.
We sing the anthem. Our anthem. We sing the anthem. Yeah.
Now, I know that of the anthem. So is that all right if everybody sing along? So yeah.
Tó dìde bọ́ sípò ẹ̀tọ́ rẹ, ìwọ ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ ògo adúláwọ̀. No, let's start again. Yeah. Iṣẹ́ wa fúnlẹ̀ wa, forílẹ̀-èdè wa, kàgbéga, kàgbéga, kàgbéga fàlérí. Ìgbàgbọ́ wa ni pé bá ti bẹ̀rù làbọ̀ mọ́, ká ṣiṣẹ́, ká ṣiṣẹ́, ká ṣiṣẹ́ ká jọlá. Ìṣọ̀kan tòmìnira ní kẹ́jẹ́ ká máa lépa. Tẹ̀síwájú fọ̀pọ̀ ire àtòhun tó dára. Ọmọ Oòduà dìde, bọ́ sípò ẹ̀tọ́ rẹ. Ìwọ ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ ògo adúláwọ̀. Now, now, now. Thank you very much, everybody. Bye for now.